Let me share the load. Surrender. One step further. You'll never die. Waste of time. Victory's mine! See your heart's reflecting. In pursuit! Resistance is futile. Get back! Thank you for your patience.
Only champions make history.
You all go flying! I can also become a Masura!
And that is it for this Shiyu defense. So I'm gonna be structuring all my Shiyu defense videos very differently now. So I'm just gonna be showcasing the 7th Frontier from now on. And that's because it is the hardest content, and it just basically means that the video will be shorter. It won't be an hour long, so yeah. But as for the team explanations right here, well, I have to talk about the enemies first before we talk about the teams, because this is the first video on this Shiyu defense, so yeah. Well, anyways, Hans, we fought this thing so many times before that I don't really need to explain what he does, but TLDR, spin attack, digs up dirt, literally drops dirt on your face. That's basically all I'm gonna be saying. But as for the second enemy, we have the Thrashion. This thing, if you haven't fought this thing before, well, this thing is really hard. Yeah, this ethereal is really hard. So the only time that you fight this thing is from that special commission where you have to go into the outer ring and then fight this thing, and on the battle tower. Yeah, this thing is threatening. It is extremely threatening. This guy literally loves to shoot lightning at you. He loves to throw his spear. He loves to attack relentlessly. Yeah, you have to be on your toes when you fight this guy. But the good thing is he has a lot of yellow attacks, which means that you are able to parry him most of the time. But for his electric attacks, some of them you can't parry because, well, there's basically special animations. So, yeah. But basically, I guess my advice is just to be on your toes when you are fighting this thing. This thing is really busted. But yeah. But, well, now it's time to talk about the team explanations right here. So, I wanted to destroy this 7th Frontier as fast as I can, so I just went with the best possible teams to basically beat this thing. So, yeah. Probably you will agree as well as to why I just chose these teams to just utterly destroy this 7th Frontier. So for the first half, we have the best, well, Yanagi team in the entire game. You have Yanagi right here. Since the enemy is weak against electric and Hans gets stunned when you do shock, Yanagi is a no-brainer. She literally just does so much, literally so much damage with shock. She's able to just do her EX for free disorder damage. So yeah, Caesar, best agent in the game, no questions asked. Shield literally gives you buffs, literally gives you attack. The more attack you have, by the way, the more disorder damage you do, which is why well, Yanagi actually benefits from this as well. Also, another agent who benefits from the attack boost is Bernice. Bernice increases her fire damage based on her attack because of her core skill. So if you are on field with her and you just do the EX, you basically are just getting free fire damage for yourself. So yeah. Also, she combos well with Disorder because she is an off-field DPS, meaning that Yanagi could just take the spotlight and just do all of her damage while doing passive damage with Bernice's, well, burn and fuel stacks. So yeah. Bernice is just really busted for any anomaly team, and especially since Yanagi is a disorder DPS and she triggers disorders really easily thanks to her being off field. Yeah, you can see why this team is so deadly. So yeah. As for the Bangbu of choice, Red Mocus. Red Mocus is probably not the best Bangbu choice probably for this team. I only chose it because it syncs up with the Sons of Caledon, but you can use Batty Boo. Batty Boo is honestly probably the best Bangbu for this team, but I don't have Batty Boo leveled up, so I just use Red Mocus instead as a, well, mediocre substitute. But yeah, still, it's still pretty good overall, even though the enemy is resistant to physical, which means that Caesar is probably not your best runner to basically just be on field. But Yanagi and Bernice is still just does like so much damage with Disorder, so yeah, it really doesn't matter if you can't like stun the enemy. So yeah, you don't even need to impair Hans, which is really busted too. So yeah, as for the second team, or the second half, I just brought the best ice team because all the enemies here are weak to ice and ether, but I just ran ice because I wanted to showcase lighter. Yeah, literally no other reason to why I just ran the ice team, and that's because I just want to run lighter. Lighter is the newest agent. I just want to run him. So yeah, but I will say this though, lighter is really good. Yeah, lighter is really good. He pairs up with ice agents really well. As for fire agents, I don't have 11, so I can't really test how good he is with 11, but I'm pretty sure 11 is probably going to be popping off with lighter. So yeah, if you do have 11 and lighter, probably test it out and let me know what you think. Is it really as broken as the ice team? But well, anyways, back on the ice team. Ellen is the best ice agent in the game, the best attacker in the game in my opinion. Better than Shuyan because she is basically easier to play than Shuyan. Shuyan, you have to basically manage bullets. For Ellen, it's flash free stacks, but flash free stacks are easier to get than bullets because, well, Shuyan, she needs to rely on evasive assist. For Ellen, all she needs is a charge attack. Yep. That's it. So Ellen is basically easier to play, so that's the reason why I say that she is the best attack agent in the game. As for lighter literally buffs ice damage, so this means that Ellen is just gonna be popping off like crazy. So yeah, and because he is boosting ice damage, we also need to have a support, which is why we have Sokaku. Literally the best ice support in the game. Sokaku gives 1k attack to party members. Enough said. And also her additional ability literally gives you ice damage too, which means that Ellen, well, you already saw it in the footage, she did half health to the Thracian with both of these buffs active. With her ult, by the way, which is not powered up by her core, it only gets powered up by her additional. Yeah, enough said. As for the Bangbu of choice, Sharkboo is the best ice Bangbu in the game. So yeah, and that is basically it for my team explanations. Really no other reason as to just destroy this 7th Frontier. That's basically it. I just ran the best teams in the game. So yeah. And now it's time to talk about the builds. Yep, the moment that you've been waiting for. So without any further ado, let's just get this started. So for the first member of the team, we have Tsukishiro Yanagi of Section 6. So Yanagi right here, she's just basically your typical anomaly agent. She has 1k, or at least like right here 2k attack, almost teetering to 3k. She has AM, AP, she has electric damage bonus, just your basic average Yanagi build. As for her skills right here, she basically right here is just basically maxed out on her core. As for skills, she is minimally built, but her core is her most important stat to level up because, again, she's just the disorder DPS. She just does so much damage with it. So, definitely worthwhile level up. Her additional ability is also pretty good too. You want to pair it up with additional ability because she gets electric anomaly buildup, and with more electric anomaly buildup, you get more shock, meaning that more disorder. You get the idea. So yeah. For skills, I said again, it's just minimally built, but the most important skills you want to level up is EX because she is just going to be doing a lot of damage with it. Literally right here at level 7, she does 2,075% of her anomaly proficiency. Her ult is also really important to level up too because she is able to just do a bunch of damage. She also can deal a bunch of damage with chain as well. As for her basic is also really important too because you get electric damage pen ratio buffs for it as well, and because she's going to be doing normals a lot. So yeah. As for Mindscape Cinema or M, it's M0. She doesn't need Mindscape to be good. So yeah. As for equipment, her equipment is just your basic Yanagi build. 2-piece Freedom Blues, 4-piece Thunder Metal. 2-piece Freedom Blues because AP, more AP you have, the more shock damage you do. For Thunder Metal, the more attack you have, the more disorder damage you do. That's basically it. So yeah, it's pretty basic. As for her W engine, it's Time Weaver. Time Weaver is her best W engine because it's her signature one. 30% anomaly buildup, AP of 75, and 25% more disorder damage. Yep. That's basically it. So that is Yanagi. Pretty broken DPS overall. I would say that she is one of the best anomaly agents in the game. She's just that good. So yeah. And next up, we have the best agent in the game. Yeah, Caesar King, the Overlord of the Outer Ring, and also the leader of the Sons of Caledon. So Caesar King she's just your basic typical build. She has crit damage, she has physical damage, she has impact. Yeah, your basic typical Caesar build. So yeah. As for skills right here, I maxed out her core because she gets stronger shield and 1k attack for party members, which is pretty good, and her skills are minimally built. As for the best skills you want to level up is probably your assist. She's going to be doing this a lot. You need to do defensive assist anyway because her additional ability right here gives you 25% more damage for party members, which is really, really good because it debuffs the enemy. So you want to level up her defensive assist. And since her this set, spoiler alert, is Proto-Punk, which basically gives you increased damage for party members. It doesn't have to be her, but you basically do want her to do defensive assist. You have to level up this. This is really good. It increases days as well. So yeah. As for the second thing you want to level up is probably her EX. You're just going to be basically doing EXs a lot to parry stuff anyway, so it's pretty good. Her chain hits hard, so you can just level this up to basically increase her chain damage. Her normals are not really as important as the other skills I mentioned, and that's because she doesn't use it that much. So yeah, but it really does depend on what team she is on. But for my anomaly team, she doesn't use any normals at all, so that's the reason why I would say that her normals are not really as important as these three. So yeah. As for her Mindscape Cinema, it is M0. So yeah, doesn't really need Mindscape Cinema to be good anyway. So yeah. As for her equipment, 2-piece Shockstar Disco, 4-piece Proto-Punk. It is her best set. More impact means that she gets a stronger shield, and she also does do more stun damage, which is pretty good. And also, she is able to just daze the enemy faster, which is really good as well. As for the 4-piece set, literally gives her 15% increased damage on defensive assist and evasive assist, which is you're going to be doing all the time. So yeah, basic Caesar thing, really. As for her W engine of choice, it is Tusks of Fury. Increases the shield by 30%, increases the damage, and the days dealt by 12%. And 18% respectively. So yeah, really, really busted overall. I would say that Caesar is still the best agent in the game. Literally is a support that gives shield and attack. Literally basically makes your team invincible, to say the least. So yeah. As for the last member of the team, we have the best sub DPS in the game and also the best fire agent in the game, Bernice White, the fuel mixer of the Sons of Caledon. So Bernice right here is really busted. High attack, AM, AP, energy regen, fire damage bonus, your typical Bernice build. So yeah. As for skills right here, I leveled up her core to max. This thing is really important to level up. It basically increases your burn or your fire damage by 350% of Bernice's attack. The more attack you have, the more damage Bernice is able to do. She also does want her additional because you get more fire anomaly buildup, but it is pretty easy to get her additional anyway because her additional literally requires her to have another anomaly character. So it's really, really easy to get, especially since she does want to be paired up with disorder teams. So yeah, Bernice, pretty easy to just slot into any anomaly team, really. So yeah. As for the skills to level up, there is literally only 2 skills that you want to level up: Special and Chain. Special is really important for Bernice because that is where most of her damage comes from besides her ult. Literally gives her more fire damage. Yeah, really busted. As for ultimate, her ultimate gives her free quick assist. So in this case, for the Yanagi disorder team, she can quick assist into Tsukishiro Yanagi. So yeah, which means that free disorders. It's free disorders everywhere. So yeah. And also it buffs her, well, spoiler alert, her disc set. It buffs Chaos Jazz because she is basically considered off field at that point. So it's really, really busted. So yeah, really, 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 really good. Especially since she just gets a free quick assist for that. So yeah. As for her Mindscape Cinema, or her Mindscape, it is M0. M0, she doesn't really need anything No Mindscapes to be good. She's just that broken. So yeah. As for equipment, right here, I did do a spoiler alert, but Chaos Jazz 4-piece, 2-piece Inferno. The reason why I don't choose Freedom Blues for a 2-piece set is because fire damage is more consistent and it does more damage anyway. So yeah, her best 2-piece set, surprisingly, is fire damage, which is really, really shocking. But it does make sense because, again, her core literally just increases fire damage. Yeah, that's basically it. As for the W engine of choice right here, Flame Maker Shaker, her best W engine and her signature W engine. Increases energy regen, increases the equipper's damage, stacking up to 10 times, and she also gets free AP. Really nothing to be said right there. It's literally her best W engine, so yeah. And that's it for Bernice White. Literally one of the best agents in the game, I would say. She is going to be continuing to basically become relevant for the days to come because she is great on disorder teams. So yeah, really busted agent overall. And as for the Bang Boo of choice right here, it is Red Mocus. As I said before, Red Mocus is not really the best Bang Boo to pick for these Sons of Caledons. And that's because you need multiple enemies to make him work. Well, at least for Shiyu Defense 7, this does not work. Because you need to defeat enemies to reduce the cooldown of the active skill. Yeah, that means that Red Mocus is not the best Bang Boo to pick. The best Bang Boo to pick is Batty Boo. Because all you need is one anomaly agent and you increase the attack damage of the Bang Boo chain by 20%. Yeah, really nothing for me to say there except that, yeah, just use Batty Boo. Literally gives you fire damage for free. As for Red Mocus, he does physical damage. And guess what? Guess what the enemy is? Yeah, he's resistant to physical. So yeah, not really the best choice of Bang Boo, but I only paired up Red Mocus with this team, and that's because it's just Sons of Caledon. That's all there is to say. So yeah. As for the Team 2, now we can finally talk about them. So Team 2, the first agent of Team 2 is Ellen Jo, the Shark Maid Thyron of the Victoria Housekeeping. So yeah. Ellen is just your typical ice DPS right here. High attack, record damage, ice damage bonus. Yeah, just your typical Ellen build. As for her skills, max core. She does want her core to be max because all her damage comes from her normals because of her flash freezes. Yep, her main mechanic. So you are gonna be doing normals a lot, especially if you are gonna be using EX, because EX literally gets you into third normal for free. It depends on which EX that you are going to be doing though. But both of them do just lead you to third hit. But it depends. You want to do more damage, you can do Sharknami and then waste like 2 bars. If you want to do Tail Swipe and only do the third attack, then you can just do Tail Swipe to reduce, just like use a little bit of your energy. But it really doesn't matter because you just want to level this up. It's really important. She's also another character who wants to have her additional ability because you get more ice damage and it stacks up to 10 times with a net total of 30% ice damage bonus. She really does want this additional ability, so you want to pair her up with ice agents or Victoria Housekeeping. But in this case, for this team, she wants an ice agent. So yeah. As for her skills right here, level 8. I just basically evened her out. As for the skills to want to level up, obviously basic. Literally combos well with her core skill. Really nothing for me to say there. As for the other skills, special is broken. You need to level this up. This thing is broken because you are able to do third basic. Third basic is her strongest hitting basic attack, which combos well with her core skill. Sharknami is also pretty good too if you want to spend the extra energy to do a more powerful EX to just do another third basic. It's just really busted in general. Since she is a DPS, you want to level up Chain as well. Her ultimate hits so hard. You want to level this up. This is your nuke. This is your big ultimate nuke. It's just really, really busted if you are going to be using Ellen. It's just so busted. You need to level up ult. It's really, really important. For the other skills, not really as important. If you are going to be seeing yourself just doing the dash attack a lot, then you can level up dodge, but it's not really as important as normals. And assist, you're not going to be seeing her using assist. She's a DPS. So yeah, your assist is better off with your supports or your defensive agents or your stun agents. So yeah, assist not really as important. But I leveled it up anyway because I just wanted to, well, level it up for level up sake. So yeah. As for Mindscape Cinema, MC0 or M0 doesn't need Cinema to be good. Yeah, because she's a S-rank agent. As for equipment right here, it's just your standard Ellen build. Hasn't changed ever since 1.3. 2-piece Woodpecker Electro gives her crit rate. 4-piece Polar Metal, which gives her more ice damage. And as for her best W engine, it's obviously Deep Sea Visitor. Increase ice damage, increase crit rate on ice damage. Busted as crap. Really nothing for me to say there except that, yeah, it's just Ellen Joe. Still hasn't changed to this very day. I would still think that she's the best attack agent in the game. So yeah, Ellen. That's all I'm gonna say. As for the next member, it's our newest member and also the first time I'm ever gonna be showcasing him right here. Lighter of the Sunset Caldon, the undefeated champion. So yeah, Lighter. I would say that he is basically fully complete, but I do want his crit rate to be 45, so you might see a change, maybe. It depends on, well, if all my other characters are complete. But as of right now, this is his stats. So she has basically some decent attack. He has high impact, crit damage, fire damage bonus, just your typical Lighter build. So yeah. As for skills, he is at the bare minimum. He is at core level 5. I do want to level this up to max because you just get an increased 20% impact. And also, right here, it's just so broken. Right here, you basically want to level this up so that he's able to stun enemies really fast. But he also wants his additional too, but it is pretty easy. It's the same additional as a certain officer right here, who literally is the same thing. Attack agent, same faction. Guess what Lighter is? Attack agent, same faction. So he is pretty easy to slot in, and since Ellen is an attack agent, he is able to support her with with his additional ability. His additional ability is really busted. He increases the ice damage and fire damage by agents by 75%, which is really, really busted. It's on top of his core passive with the 50% reduced ice res, fire res, which means that, well, Lighter's just gonna be buffing the crap out of either your ice agent or your fire agent, and then that agent's probably gonna either 2-shot or 1-shot the enemy. Yeah, it's really that busted. As for his skills, all level 7, but his skills are pretty easy to just know which ones to level up. Basic attack. No-brainer. This is a no-brainer. You are going to be doing basic attacks a lot, and since he does his, his morale burst with his aura move, you want to level up the basic, because that is where all of his stun is. You want to level up his basic. EX is also another great way to get stun too. It's free stun. It's just free stun. You want to level this up as well. His chain is pretty good too. If you want him to squeeze a little bit of extra damage, you can just do that as well. Assist is also pretty good too. You want to level up assist as well, because when you do assist, which he is going to be doing a lot since you can quick assist into him, you can do his aura move. So yeah, pretty good as well. Dodge is also pretty good too if you want to level this up. Basically everything is really important to him, so I would say probably for his most priority, his best priority skill you want to level up is basic. Basic just does everything for him. So yeah. As for Mindscape Cinema, M0, he doesn't need Mindscape Cinema to be good. So yeah. As for equipment right here, basic Lighter build, 4-piece Shockstar Disco, literally increases days. Yeah, that's basically it. And as for 2-piece set, I wanted him to do more damage, so I didn't go for Swing Jazz, which basically gives you energy regen. I went Infernal Metal instead because fire damage. And besides, the enemy does get fire res, and also you get to increase fire damage of agents, which means that he increases his own fire damage, which means that Lighter is going to be hitting hard. He's going to be hitting hard. Even if you don't have like good crit damage, he's going to be hitting so hard. So yeah. As for his best W engine, Blazing Laurel, obviously. He increases his impact. He also increases the fire and ice damage dealt by 1.5 for every stack he has, which is up to 20 times of his W engine passive. Busted! There's really nothing for me to say there other than Lighter is just really good on ice and fire teams. And since ice and fire teams are literally like not plentiful unlike the physical and electric teams, he is basically a well-deserved buff. He buffs those teams to oblivion, and yeah, he's a great addition to any ice and fire agent teams. If those are the teams that you run, so if you're like an 11 fan or an Ellen Joe fan, and if you want to increase their damage more, Lighter is basically a great pickup for them. So yeah, but there's Lighter. I would say he's probably like one of the best Sun agents in the game, but I would say he is the best agent for ice and fire teams. He is a must slot in, basically. So yeah, he's just that good. As for the last member of the team, we have our first A rank. Yeah, our first A rank agent to showcase in this video. Sokaku of Section 6. So yeah. Sokaku. I built her in a really weird way. I made her a sub DPS support hybrid, and that's because her attack is already way too high. So yeah. She has high attack, she has crit damage, she has energy regen from her core, and also her discs. So yeah, it's pretty busted overall. As for her skills, I didn't level up as much because I am working on, surprisingly, I am working on Lighter and Chingy, so I can't really just level up Sokaku. But since I do have Lighter, I might reconsider. But right now she is at core level 4. Increases the attack by 17%. If she is at core level 7, it's 20% up to a max of 500. But she can just give team members 1000 attack, which is really busted overall. And she doesn't really need that much attack to basically give 1000. But her core basically closes the gap for that, so you can just get the free 1000, which is pretty good. Her additional ability, she wants this as well, especially if you are going to be running her on a ice damage team. If you are not going to be running her on an ice team, then she doesn't need the additional, but since, of course, we have Ellen right here, I have to run her with her additional, which basically increases the ice damage for party members. So yeah, basically buffing Ellen to oblivion. So yeah. As for her skills, it is minimally built 11. Sokaku, surprisingly, is one of the easiest agents to consider with what skills to level up, and that's because literally she only uses 2. EX chain. That's it. That's all you need. EX chain. That's it. You don't need to level up anything else. You don't need to level up her normals. You don't need to level up her dodge. You don't need to level up her assist. Special chain. That's it. For her special, she literally gives you free vortex stacks. You need 3, by the way, in order to give off the buff. Each EX gives you 1 stack, but with her Mindskip Cinema, she does get a free stack if you do a chain right here. So basically you do want to do a chain to basically get free vortex stacks. So yeah, pretty easy to get. As for her chain, free AoE damage, it's a free crowd control for you. The only downside for her chain is that it's slow. It's so slow. Yeah. That's the reason why Sokaku isn't used as much as like Lucy or Nicole. That's because Nicole is faster and she gets AoE crowd control, which is better than Sokaku's, by the way. Lucy literally tap EX and it's basically like 1 second and you get like 600 attack for free. For Sokaku, however, she's slow, but you can just cancel chain. But if you do cancel chain, you miss out on Bang Boo attack. So yeah, but Sokaku, at least you can still cancel chain to make it slightly less slower, I would say. But you can level up chain if you want her to hit even harder than she is. So yeah, basically EX chain is the way to go if you want to level up her skills. So yeah. As for Mindscape Cinema, M0, or not M0, but since she is a rank, M6. I wanted to scare you guys a bit, but yeah, M6. So the reason why you want to level her up, her Mindscape Cinema, not to M6 by the way, because her M6 literally just increases her basic attacks. You want to level her up to Mindscape Cinema 1. That's because you get an additional 8 seconds on your banner, which means that her buff right here, which is the 22 seconds right here for 1000 attack, you get this for 30 seconds. 30 seconds is a long time. So yeah, you get increased 1k attack for your party members as long as you have Fly the Flags buff up. And it's a free refresh, by the way, if you do just do her Fly the Flag for free. Yeah. But the only problem is you need 3 vortex stacks, but it is pretty easy segue because of her other mindscapes. Yeah, free vortex stacks. Yep. So when you do a attack, basic, dodge, counter, quick assist, whatever, you can get a 50% chance to get 1 stack of vortex, but she could also get a stack of vortex as well if you do her chain. Chain gives you free vortex. Yeah, pretty busted overall. As for the other buff that she's able to give, you want her to have Mindscape Cinema 4 because, well, spoiler alert, Ice Res for 10%. Reduce Ice Res. This stacks on top of what Lighter gives you, by the way, with Ice Res of 15%, which means that you're getting basically a 25% Ice Res with increased ice damage bonus. Sokaku gives ice damage bonus too, and 1k attack. And well, guess what it all feeds into? Yeah, enough said. This team is pretty good. As for equipment right here, it's just your basic Sokaku build. 2-piece Hormone Punk, 4-piece Swing Jazz. 4-piece Swing Jazz literally increases your damage by 15%. She's gonna be doing chains a lot anyway, despite her being slow. That's because with her chain, she's able to quick assist. So quick assist into Ellen, meaning that Ellen gets the attack buffs. As for 2-piece set, Hormone Punk is honestly the best 2-piece set. More attack she has, the more she's able to give to her party members, thanks to her core passive. So yeah, basically that's it. As for her best W engine, it's her own W engine. Gives her attack, literally gives your increased ice damage, especially if it is at 5 stars, which is pretty easy to get anyway. And increase attack for all party members again. Yeah. Sokaku is busted. Sokaku is busted on ice teams specifically. But yeah, there's Sokaku, pretty broken. As for, well, the final member of the team, which is the Bangbu, it is Sharkboo. Sharkboo is busted. Absolutely busted on ice on teams. Literally gives you free ice damage and free anomaly buildup, which means that more freezes. Yeah, really nothing to be said. His attack is also pretty good too. He sets up a bear trap. Once the enemy steps on that bear trap, it gets stunned. Yeah, enough said. Also, his Bangbu attack does 100,000. Yeah, 100,000. That's on, like, Sharkboo 1 star at level 60. Enough said. So yeah, that is it for the 7 Frontier team, and that is it for this video. So if you guys do enjoy this Shiyu defense video, and if you want to see more Shiyu defense videos in the future, be sure to support the channel by subscribing and leaving a like down below. It really does mean a lot if you do support the channel. Helps to keep me motivated in making more videos and pumping out content for you guys. So again, if you do support the channel, thank you guys so much. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here. So again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. As for the comments, what do you think about Shiyu defense? You think it's easy? You think it's hard? what do you think about the teams I use? You think they're pretty broken, or you think that there are other teams that you could probably run? And also, what teams have you ran in Shiyu defense? Let me know in the comments down below. I will try to engage with as much as you guys as I can. So again, leave your comments down below. I will reply to as many of you as I can. So yeah, and as always, thank you guys for watching this Shiyu defense video, and I'll see you guys in the next gotcha video.